Howdy YouTube! Grateful to be here with you guys. So this is episode 1.3. When I say 1 to the point, to the whatever, the 1 stands for the first client. We're still discussing the first client. This is a new series for you. Please feel free to check out the 1.1 and the 1.2 to get more context. So 1.3, where we left off on, is the client. To ground us, the client has just ingested the ceremonial plant medicine psilocybin. They're probably about 13 minutes into their journey or so, and I have fully created this tree through visualization and through my body. My body plays along with the energetic procedures that are going on like a mime. It enhances if I'm visualizing doing any energetic procedure, like my body just kind of follows suit to it. So I just created the tree. I grounded both of us because I was holding her toes during a good portion of the process. So the tree is not just myself, the tree is her as well. She has her own tree in a sense, or we are just one tree. So I created this tree, and I'm already holding the drum up at this point because I already know straight from the tree I like to play into the drum. From my experience with magical mushrooms, when it comes to drumming is very beautiful. It's a big part of my practice for ceremony, where I feel mandatory if that's the instrument. If there's only one instrument I can have on me, that's going to be the instrument of choice. It's just like infinite potential with the drum. It's just so beautiful. And something about the drum, for me, what I've noticed is if the medicine, during the peak of your medicinal journey, if someone starts banging the drum, it's a bit too much. Like, whoa, whoa, it's a lot, so I tend to play it at the beginning, and it helps amplify too. And ceremonial drumming, just in like science in general, drumming is very therapeutic. Live drumming is very therapeutic anyways. Drumming could be with the snare and like the kick drum, like a rock band, but I'm talking about a shamanic frame drum. Shamanic frame drum is like this big circle, and then behind it has like this cord or something you grab onto, and then you have a beater in one hand, and you're just hitting the drum like that. So I have the drum up in the air, the tree is fully visualized, it's created, it's here with us right now. And then during the start of the ceremony, the powers that resonate with me, that I pull energy from, are the 4 elements. So facing north would be earth, facing south would be fire, facing west would be water, facing east would be air. So for me, when I'm starting to work with a particular element, I will face that direction to enhance the connection with that element. Then I'll start breathing in the energy of that element. So lately I've been working with air a lot. So lately I've been working with air a lot. So as soon as the tree's created, I'm there with the drum. I already know. I just start facing east, and I start breathing in the loving healing power of air, and I start breathing it into myself. As the drum. I guess I'm playing the drum. The drum starts to play itself. I'm hitting the drum very slowly, and naturally, my body starts to kind of right foot up, right foot down, left foot up, left foot down. I'm kind of somewhat dancing in place. I'm probably hard to explain the type of dancing that I'm doing, but it gets it's a method to enhance the trance state, to induce trance and to enhance it. It's heavy breathing, it's rhythm, which would be the drum, it's dancing. And then another method I think is medicine too. But I'm completely sober during the experience for the participants. I just feel it's better for me, because if I take medicine too, I'm gonna want to go on my own journey. But no, it's all about them. So it's better for me as a practitioner to be sober. So I'm facing east, and I'm lightly playing the drum, breathing in the loving energy of air. Then once I feel I've accumulated enough within my own vessel, I start to. So I'm exhaling the energy of the air that I got, exhaling it, and it's exiting the circle. Then it starts to formulate into my animal totem. Animal totem is Depending on everyone's view of what they believe in is different, but given the context that Christianity is a big thing on the planet right now, your animal totem can be related to like the the, the angel that follows you around and watches over you, right? Like your guardian angel. So that for the animal totem is more of like a indigenous perspective of like there's an animal from death from birth till death, follows you, oversees your life, and gives you guidance when needed. So for me, my animal totem is the stag. It's like the deer, but the male counterpart with the antlers. So as I start exhaling, the energy of air that I breathed in, it was going outside of the circle, and it started to conjure up this ethereal wisp of a deer, of a stag with the antlers. It started to slowly form as I'm playing the drum, dancing in place. The deer is getting created outside the circle made of the element of air. There's a cord tethered to me. Then the deer starts to prance around the circle, just kind of like consecrating the area around the circle, just to make sure all is wonderful out there, that this is a holy time and a sacred space to allow your emotions to be fully accessed within yourself, to not allow any outside influences that do not have our greatest good in mind, whether entities or parasites or leeches, ethereal leeches, to get into the circle, to latch into the participant. So it's just consecrating the ground even further outside of the space. The stag is playing the drum, moving the deer around. And then at a certain point, once it made at least one full revolution, I start to like slowly breathe the deer back into me. It does take a bit of like inhaling, and like little parts of the deer kind of disappearing and coming back to me. Then eventually I drawed all the deer back to me. Now it's back just in its air elemental form. Then I start to like spin it around the circle. So I'm moving this energy around the circle, with my mind's eye, playing the drum, dancing in place. Then I get it to the point where I form the walls of the circle like a fortress, top down, left, right, side to side, every which way. It's like a impenetrable barrier of air. So I created this within my mind, and then from there I started to face the patient now. So I'm facing the patient. I am facing north, but I'm still working with air. Not all the time can I always be facing the direction I want to utilize it to the fullest in a sense, but I am being aware that, okay, east is where the air is, but I'm facing north because I'm at the foot of the patient. So now I'm like, all of a sudden, like some chakra work felt like it needed to get done. So as I'm playing the drum, I start to focus on her root chakra. Root chakra is red. Then I'm playing the drum, and what I noticed, which was funny, was that each different chakra, we started with root, then we went up slowly. Once I hit a different chakra, the drum wanted to get played in a different manner, to resonate more with that chakra. So, I'm breathing in the energy of the air, kind of accumulating it within myself to get ready to shoot off. Then I start, and through visualization and intent, willpower, I'm like having it go to her root chakra. Then the root chakra, so beautiful, starts to like open up, as the wisp of energy I'm sending does get to it. The wisp of energy kind of looks like maybe I wish I knew the terminology more, but if like the waveforms you see like on an MP3, like if someone was to just get a cymbal and bang it, or any sound, like they bang it, like the waveform is like a stable line, like at the hospital, when someone's dead, right? So it's like flat, but then all of a sudden, like it starts to form up into like a. I wish you guys were here right now and I could like explain what it looks like, with my fingers, but it's all good. So the waveform was, the energy form was getting sent to her root chakra. as I'm exhaling, it's going to her root chakra, but the visualization has to keep going for the root chakra to consume it all. So I notice I'm like seizing my breath at the end to finish the visualization in my mind of the root chakra opening fully, taking in the energy of air, then closing, then back resuming to my breath, then breathing in the energy of the air, of the space I created. Then did each chakra probably like at least four times, some maybe 5 times, some maybe 3, but mostly around 4 times, slowly moving up each chakra. And it was a good, I guess you could say lengthy, what is long, what is short, what you deem as unimportant would be a long time, but to me it wasn't a long time because it's very important. The breathing, to breathe in the energy to push to the person, it does take a cool bit for me of the visualizing and kind of in my head going to the beat of the music too. So fully worked on all her chakras. That was very beautiful. Earlier she did tell me, so part of ceremony there is something called dieta. I believe that's Spanish for diet. Dieta involves certain foods you avoid, certain habits you avoid, and plenty of other things too that you just replace with healthier habits. So one of the activities to momentarily avoid would be sexuality with yourself or with a partner or partners for at least X amount of days before and after ceremony. For her particular journey, it was a microdose journey, so the dieta was only 5 days before and 5 days after. She obliged by that for like the first 3 or 4 days, but then the night before she had a little hanky-panky with her significant other. So I was aware of that going into this space because she did tell me, but I didn't feel like I tried to allow it to influence what I did. I'm kind of just like following whatever the divine's telling me to do in a sense. So I did play the drum for each of the chakras, and then after that I set the drum down. Then I feel after that it was time to do like individual chakra work, because that was more of like I'm working on all the chakras here in one at a time, moving up. But then the sacral chakra, which is right above the root chakra, sacral chakra is orange, has to do with creativity and sexuality. And given the context of her loving endeavor with her partner the night before, it does make sense that that the universe was kind of telling me to assist with the, not mending of the chakra like it was broken, but just more like harmonizing it more. Because the thing with the sexuality before ceremony is that you're mixing your water with someone, when at that moment you're just trying to purify your own essence and funnel more focus into your self-care. Sexuality is a drive just like anything else, and if you kind of forego sexuality for a little bit, you can dive deeper into yourself more quickly because you're not seeking pleasure from outside of yourself or from yourself doing it for you with you. Looks like we're at the 13-minute mark. I'll let you guys go for now. This is where we left off. Did the drumming for all the chakras, breathing in the element of air from the ceremonial space, pushing it to each chakra, slowly working up. Then after that, it was time to work on the sacral chakra. I felt it needed more of a narrow focus push. Yeah, we'll get to that in the next episode, guys. Love you. See y'all another time.